Hello North Country and welcome to Bailey Avenue Field in Plattsburgh for Lake City Stars football. Tonight the Stars meet the defending champions of the Empire Football League, the Broome County Jets. I'm Foxy Gagnon, joined as always by the Lake City Stars football analyst and Vi's favorite son, Mom always liked him best, Goose Gagnon. Goose, the Stars picked up a win, their first win of the season last week. Is 2 in a row a possibility?
Oh yes, it's very much a possibility. Getting that first victory, it gave them some confidence, gave the offense some confidence, which was badly needed, gave the whole team some confidence, and maybe they were getting a little ways apart. Now that win brought them a little bit closer together, Foxy. So yes, it's a very good possibility.
You met with the players and the coach on Monday night during your Meet the Stars interview program. What's cooking in the Stars camp, and what do you expect tonight?
Well, they want to run the football again like they did last week. They want to control the clock, control the game, keep the ball out of the Jets' hands. They can't score if they don't have the football. That's their game plan. They'd like to pass just as many times as they did last week, maybe 10, 11 times, that's all, and run the football with Sam Bam Godfrey and Danny Marba in the backfield. Danny Marba reads his blocks real good, and he's going to get nothing but better, Foxy, as the weeks go on. He's a real good running back.
Okay, on the other side of the ball, the defense, the Stars lost a big man in the middle of the defensive line, Vince Caveman Kujamko.
Yeah, not only one of our favorite players and favorite persons, Foxy, but he's a leader of this Lake City Star team, one of the leaders by example on the field. And you hate to see somebody go down. We wish Vince the best of luck in his recovery. We're thinking about him, and the team is thinking about him. When I did my interviews, every one of them, when they were on camera, mentioned about that. Their thoughts are with Vince, so that hurts. You don't replace somebody like that, but you still got to go on with the game and try to make best. Lake City Stars tonight will probably use 4 linebackers and 4 on the defensive line, because this Jet team likes to pound it right at you.
Okay, and we can mention some of those players. Chris Wigler is the quarterback. He's an experienced, outstanding quarterback. We've seen him before on this field. And Nick Patterson is among the leaders in rushing in the Empire Football League. Tough to contain.
That's right, because once you get your running game going, Foxy, you can use that play action pass where you fake to that running back, and then you'll get a receiver that's probably wide open, and boy, you can get burnt bad. We got a little bit of rain tonight. Maybe we're going to see some turnovers tonight.
Slippery football. I remember those days, the mud days at Bailey Avenue, but beautiful
You never
field.
fumbled, though.
I never fumbled. On muddy days, maybe they didn't give it to me. Eric Gagnon is with us. He's the stat man, and Laura Gagnon is our Ronnie's Michigan's videographer. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Goose Gagnon, ready to bring you Empire Football League action, the Lake City Stars and the Broome County Jets. The Stars, coached by Mike LeBear. The Stars will receive, and kicking for the Jets is number 9, William Costello. Troy, the Jet Canada, number 21, is back for the Stars, and we keep waiting for the Jet to take off one of these nights.
Well, I talked to him last week, Foxy. He said he didn't have a good game. He didn't know the reason behind it, but this week he hoped to have a good game, and it might be his last game here this year, because I think he's leaving the area, going back to school or something like that.
He should quit school and just take up residence in Plattsburgh. The heck with school, we got football to play. Costello to kick Canada back. He stands at his own 10-yard line. The Jets, coached by David Johnson, they are 3-2 on the season. And the Stars, 1 win and 4 losses. A win last week against the Montreal Condors. So they'll try to make it 2 in a row. 65 degrees at game time, and it has sprinkled prior to game time. A little bit of rain in the air, but I think it's not raining right now, and the game is underway, and they kick it away from the Jet. He scoops it up at the 9, at the 14, looks to the outside, tries to turn, and brings it to about the 30-yard line. Looks like the 29 for the offense of the Lake City Stars. With their introduction in the 99 season of their new colors, the maroon and gold. Randy Bomber Brown in the QB spot. Coming into this game, Brown second in percentage passing behind Wiggler of the Jets. Randy Brown, 42 of 94 for a 44.7%. He has 3 TD passes. However, he's been picked off 12 times. Twice in the earlier meeting between these two teams by Clark. Right over the middle and through the hands of Kreitzberg. And buggy-eyed at it was Rashad Porch, hoping he would pick it off and head to the end zone.
It looked like the pass was there, and usually Brian comes up with that pass, and I'm surprised they started with that, but the defense of the Jets were all stacked in, to stop the run.
Kreitzberg tied for the league lead in receptions with 15, along with Zaf Fardalis of Montreal, a 2nd and 10. Livesey in motion, big number 88. The give is Marba, and he's cut down at the line. Looks like 59 in on the tackle for the Jets. That would be Rick Valenta.
Yeah, and you dug yourself a hole already, Foxy, by the incomplete on first down. You didn't gain any yardage. It put you in a hole. Now it's
3rd and 8, even though the downs marker says 2.
And a short passing down. That's why I like to get good yardage at first down.
It's a 3rd down and 8. Ball at the 31-yard line. Again, Livesey in motion, and it's Kreitzberg wide left. Marbut will try to turn the corner, cross a 35, and near a first down.
He's got it, Fox.
You say he's got it, Goose.
And that's one of the plays that worked last week against the Condors, was that sweep early in the game, gave us good yardage, and they picked up the first down, Foxy.
We are in our Dames Rental Center press box and couldn't be happier, especially with the threat of rain. A 1st and 10 from the 41, a new set of downs for the Stars. Again, Marbut looks for room, but he was trapped in by number 52, not listed in the program.
Well, number 52 made a good tackle there.
Never fails. You can have 75 players numbered, and the guy who makes one of the first tackles isn't listed. 2nd and 10. Marbut came into the game, 26 carries, 128 yards on the season. He has 2 touchdowns. Godfrey, out of the backfield, has 3 touchdowns and 208 yards. But Marbut new to the backfield only in the last few games.
Marbut came out of the backfield. Number 42 entered the game, isn't it?
Jim Bessie.
Jim Bessie.
2nd and 9 from the 42. And Godfrey, but a tough 1 yard.
That was very slow developing back there, Foxy. They're lucky they didn't cause a fumble or anything. It was very slow developing.
Ruben Hano in on the tackle, 6 feet tall, 295 pounds. A 2nd and 8, or a 3rd and 8, should be 3rd and 8. That downs marker isn't working properly.
I guess not, Foxy.
Because indeed it is 3rd down, but it shows on our side 2nd down. Brown with instructions for Godfrey and Bessie as he realigns the offensive set. 11:17 on the clock, first period, no score. Brown from the 33 gets the first down, complete to Troy the Jet Canada.
They had 3 receivers to the far side, Foxy, and it, gave an opening to the Jet, and Randy put it right in there. Nice down low. Troy went and got it. No way that can be intercepted.
So the chain gang moves to our left. The chain gang: Fenton Thompson, Larry DeLong, Shane Muller, and Tommy Renadette. Second first down for the Stars.
I'm getting all kinds of information fed to me early in the game, Foxy. The Lake City Stars were 1 of 8 on third down conversions last week, 2 of 2 this week.
He's the stat man. Movement there, penalty, 5 yards against the Stars. That'll move the ball back into Lake City Stars territory at the 49. Small crowd here tonight, we're sorry to say. Maybe the threat of rain scared some people off, but it's always fun at Bailey Avenue on a Saturday night. Kreitzberg wide left, Canada wide right. Livesey in the slot left. Godfrey and Marbut in the backfield, and Livesey in motion. Brown pitches Marbut to the 50, 45, near the 40. It'll be second and about 5 yards.
Good yardage there on that first down and long, Foxy. And, again, that play over on the right side over there. Good blocking at the point of attack. And Marbut reads his blocks good. And, squared his shoulders and brought it upfield. And, just another good run there. Foxy, the last time the Lake City Stars played Broome County, they felt that, hey, even though the score didn't indicate it, they moved the football on this team, on this defense, and they feel confident that they can win this football game.
Sabrin in the game, a wide left. From the 40-yard line, Godfrey, and he's across the 30.
Another first down, too, Foxy.
When these teams met in the opening of the Empire Football League season in Binghamton, it was the Jets 39, the Stars 13. And Nick Patterson and Trent Patterson had big ball games, as well as Dan Clark.
And you're moving the football on the ground, Foxy. Just the way Coach LeBert wanted to do it. You're working on the clock. You can.
Flag thrown, and that play began at the 29.
And that's going to be illegal procedure against the Lake City Stars. 2 penalties for illegal procedure.
Colangelo into the backfield for Lake City. 8:25 remaining first quarter, no score. North Country Cable Network bringing you Empire Football League action. And they'll step off the penalties.
Hey, Foxy, the men in stripes tonight. Our referee is Mike Cronin. Our umpire is Joe Porter. Head linesman is Bob. Help me with that one.
Smith?
No, Bob.
Michelucci?
Michelucci, okay. Side judge, Bath Bryman.
Just a minute. 1st and 15. Brown to pass. Over the middle. Intended for Canada and broken up by Valenta. The other officials?
Our back judge, Dick Linehan. Our field judge, Bob Collins. And our timer, we know him, Tim Paulhemus.
Local boy makes good. Ball rests at the 34-yard line. Jets territory, 2nd and 15. Panalakis, number 70. Nick Skoko, 73. Joe Bushy over the ball to the right guard. Eric Chartrand over the ball, number 61. Jeff Way, number 77. Offensive line. Brown to pass. Good protection, and he overshoots Kreitzberg around the 20-yard line. Good protection for Randy Brown, that front 5. Let's name them again. Panalakis, Skokos, Chartrand, Bushy, and Way.
Third down, Stars.
Similar opponents, Goose. Kingston defeated the Jets 42-11. Kingston defeated the Stars 42-14. Just a little side note there. 8:05 on the clock. Third down, isn't it? Even though the down marker, that's going to throw us off all night. Third down and 15. Brown on the run and dropped the screen pass for Godfrey. And he was on the ground when he caught it. The whole sideline said, get up.
Yes, and he had some room there, Foxy. If he wouldn't have fell down, if he could have kept his feet, there would have been good yardage. Now it's fourth down. I'd punt the ball here.
Fourth and 15.
I'd punt the ball here.
You would?
Yes, I would try to get him down deep, make him go the length of the field.
Just kick it towards the corner. Again, Brian Kemp missing from the Stars lineup tonight, and we expect Sabrin to do some punting. We'll look for the pass here on 4th and 15. He might as well pass deep down the middle. If it's picked off, you try to stop it. Oh, pressure was on.
Oh,
incomplete to Canada. Around the 10.
That's why I coach up here, Foxy, because I'm always wrong. Mike Bear, he has confidence in his offense. Hey, and the Jet, he's coming up with a big game so far, Foxy.
Brown to Canada. And when you go bomber to the Jet, we're calling that. They went to the flight line. Bomber to the Jet.
Big pickup there, Foxy.
1st and 10, ball at the 13-yard line. The Stars hogging up time. They took the opening kickoff and they've held the ball and moved it down the field. Marbut. Oh, he's in! Oh, close! Just short of the end zone. Marbut with some razzle-dazzle running. Laura had the zoom lens cooking on that one.
They tried to cut him low, and he just made a dive for that goal line, and it's going to be 1st and goal from about the 1-foot line, Foxy. And, hey, big series for the Lake City Stars to open the game, controlling the clock and marching right down the field here, Foxy. They should put it in.
6:14, clock's running, 1st quarter, no score. The Stars knocking on the Jets' door. Chartrand over the ball. Randy Brown moves up to center. Godfrey and Marbut behind. It's fumble! 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 Brown got on it! Brown got on it. Let me tell you, that could have been a catastrophe, a calamity, a disaster.
Yeah, but you're digging yourself a hole. You had it at the 1-yard line, Foxy. Now it's at the 5. It's going to be 2nd and goal, and really, you got to punch this in, Foxy.
They got to squeeze that ball like a prize watermelon, Goose. Come on.
You know,
it's back to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, or 2nd and goal from the 5. Goose, sweaty armpit time already.
Yeah. I think the Lake City Stars are going to call a timeout here.
I think so. Discussion? What's the discussion going right now?
They're just waiting.
What are they waiting for? Oh. And the Stars take a timeout. 5:10 remaining in the 1st quarter. And the score, the Stars 0, the Jets 0 on the Lake City Stars television network. Stars up to the line. They've used up 10 minutes of 1st quarter time. From the 5, Marbut tried to move off tackle, got it to about the 3, maybe the 2-yard line. And it's a 3rd and goal, from the 1. 3rd and goal from the 1. So they have 2 chances to punch it in, and Canada checks in, and Sabrin checks out of the Stars lineup, and they are up to the line. The offensive line of the Stars doing a good job on this first possession. Kreitzberg wide left and Canada to the right. Godfrey and Marba in the backfield. Randy Brown with the give to Godfrey.
What a push by the offensive line, Foxy. Did you see the push from that offensive line?
Chartrand at the middle. Bushy and Skokos to each side, and Godfrey scores his 4th touchdown of the season. Stars are up 6-0.
And a big score. When you can march the ball right down there. And Foxy, you know what I was impressed about? They had some penalties there, and they overcame those penalties and went down and scored, and that's very important.
Saburn will try to add the point. Dupree holds.
Oh, boy. Oh, there's going to be a flag here.
Flag as they hit Saburn after the kick. Now, the kick was good, am I correct? The kick was good. Put the points up, and they'll take the penalty on the kickoff.
Yeah.
And they're talking with, is that Eric Chartrand?
No, that's
or Jeff Way. Beefy Way.
Again, I am impressed with that push that offensive line got. They gave it to big Sam Bam Godfrey. But, Foxy, you could have ran that in with that kind of push.
I'd like to try that, Goose. 4:24 remaining in the first quarter. And it's the Lake City Stars 7, the Broome County Jets 0. Laura Gagnon is our Ronnie's Michigan's videographer. A 16-play scoring drive. Certainly the best sustained drive of the Stars all season, covering 71 yards, and Godfrey with the touchdown. From the 15, it's
big who closed
Livesey!
Oh, I'll tell you what, there was a big hole there. If Livesey wouldn't have collared him, it was a touchdown, Foxy. But what a save by Livesey. Oh, my. We're here to play tonight.
Steve Livesey, as Rashad Porch saw some room, and just when he thought he was going, kaboom, said Livesey. So the Jets finally get their hands on the football at their own 34-yard line. Over the ball is Mike Vasello. He's the center. Chris Wigler, an outstanding quarterback. Number 16 and number 31, Nick Patterson, in the backfield. We'll watch for him. Patterson, Patterson right up the gut. Pickup of a couple. Looked like Tommy Gale might have been on the bottom of the pile, and also perhaps Nick Skokos. Just 3.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Has to be frustrating for the offense to wait that long to get your hands on the football on a chilly night. 65 degrees at game time and the temperature dropping. The umbrellas will go up and down like a New York City elevator. 2nd and 7. Wigler to pass, wide open reception. Wigler connects to number 88, whoever he might be.
And I'll tell you what, the Lake City Stars defensive backs are going to have their hands full with this Wigler box.
Absolutely. Wigler came into the game, I'll tell you what, Wigler came in with 22 completions out of 42 attempts, 280 yards, 1 touchdown pass. He's been intercepted twice. Number 80 is Sean Beers. He is wide right into Stars territory at the 44. Movement there, and whistles blow. A 1st and 5. Ball carrier Sam Ragsdale. Oh, a flag thrown. We'll have to see what that is, and 2 flags thrown. But Sam Ragsdale took off from the 39 on a 1st and 5, deep into Stars territory.
It's against the Lake City Stars there, Foxy. I'm not quite, I think it's illegal use of the hands.
We found out number 88 is Rashad Dykes, who was the recipient of the first Wigler pass completion. 2:08, and the Jets come storming back, waste no time, and they're on the 3-yard line for a 1st and goal.
Isn't this something, Foxy? One team uses up the clock, takes their time coming down the field. The other team gets the football, a matter of a minute, are knocking on the door. Football's a funny game.
One for $1.
But the Stars aren't laughing right now. Timeout on the field. And a discussion of the chain gang with the officials. There is timeout in the field, 2:08 remaining in the 1st quarter. The score, the Stars 7 and the Jets 0. 1st and goal, Wigler hands to Patterson right up the middle, and he's into the end zone. A 3-yard TD score. Nick Patterson and the Broome County Jets waste no time in coming back into this ball game. Both teams score on their first possession. Sean Beers to hold, and their kicker is Costello. And William Costello ties the ball game. So we've got ourselves a football game, 1:49 remaining in the 1st quarter. Both teams have had one possession. Both teams have scored. It's Lake City Stars 7, the Broome County Jets 7 on the Lake City Stars television network. Broome County, 5 plays covering 66 yards. Patterson puts it in the end zone. Canada from the 27. Still on his feet. Looks. That's upfield. Troy the Jet. He was dragged from behind. Somebody got him from behind, and finally 59 Valenta in on the tackle.
It looks like William Costello got
The kicker grabbed him.
because if he wouldn't have got him, he was gone, Foxy.
So the kicker, Costello, latched on to Canada's jersey right at the neck and held him up before the Jets could then close in.
And a good move by the Jet there. He followed his block real well, cut right off his block, and he was just putting it into overdrive, Foxy, and he got collared.
Play begins at the 48-yard line, Stars territory. Randy Brown looks the defense. 1:18 on the clock. We're in the 1st quarter. Godfrey up, oh no, the pitch, and Marbot fumbles, loose ball, bounces all over.
Who came in on that football for the Stars?
I bet you're going to find out. The zoom lens is cooking. Sabrin.
Oh, what a play.
Huh? 28.
What a play there. He just...
Big Ben Sabrin, 6'4", 217 pounds.
Well, he saved the day there.
And it ends up being a 5-yard pickup for the Lake City Stars. Canada right and Kreitzberg left. Kreitzberg right in front of us. Ball at the 46. Marbot dances down the line, picks his spots, picks up about 3. It'll be 3rd and short as time is running out in the 1st quarter.
Just what you want to do, though. You want time-consuming drives, Foxy.
The Jets scored 39 points in their first game. That was against the Stars. Then they played Montreal and scored 59. Since then, they've scored 11, 20, and 7. 7 last week against Scranton. 1 quarter's been played. After 1, it's the Lake City Stars 7 and the Broome County Jets 7 on the Stars television network. 3rd and less than a yard for Lake City. Brown, 2 of 6 passing thus far. Huh? 3 of 6, says the stat man. Godfrey gets the first down. Goose, you called this one about 3 games ago when you said if you're looking for a yard or 2, give it to Sam Godfrey.
That's right, because he'll get you more. He'll get you 1 extra or 2 extra. Plus, Foxy, again, on that particular play, that offensive line pushed the Jets right off the line of scrimmage, and geez, all you have to do is run behind it, Foxy, and you're going to get that first down.
We'll have our Hitchcock's Player of the Game interview following tonight's ball game, so stick with us for that. First and 10 from the 38-yard line. Jets territory. Marbut tries to sweep left. He has 5. He has about 7-yard pickup to the 30-yard line.
And number 23, Brian Kreitzberg, blocking downfield to get the extra yardage. That's one of the jobs of a receiver, Foxy, not just to catch the ball, but you got to block downfield.
And when you've got leaping Brian Kreitzberg out there blocking, he's 6'4", 225 pounds.
Who did you call?
Leaping Brian Kreitzberg.
Jeez, it isn't going to be long, Foxy. You'll have a nickname for every player on the Lake City Stars.
We do have a new one tonight. I'll save it. I'll save it. We got a new one tonight. You won't believe it. I'm not saying who my source is for nicknames. Second and a long 2. Brown to pass. He lays it out there for Kreitzberg. And in the end zone, Kreitzberg couldn't catch up to it.
But not a bad pass, Foxy. Not a bad play, I should say. You know, it was second down, 2 yards. You're moving the football on the ground. Why not take a shot in the air?
What's up? 3rd and 2. Come on. What are you pointing at? Oh yeah, I noticed that. That was a couple of plays ago. I got that one, Goose. Thank you very much. Godfrey. Ooh, he got caught around the ankles. Tackled by the Jets. Oh, maybe 8 was in on it. Looks like 8's going to get credit for the tackle, and that would be Brian Huggins.
They're going to measure.
So
I don't think he got it though, Fox. They're going to measure, but I don't think he got it.
And we'll watch the measurement. Dan Marbut last week, honorable mention for his performance against the Condors, honorable mention for Offensive Player of the Year. He had 22 carries, 115 yards, and scored twice.
We're going to have 4th down in about, I don't know, half a football, Foxy.
Okay.
4th down for the Stars.
I'd go right back and give it to Godfrey again.
Subway Subs is the corporate sponsor of tonight's ball game. Tip of the cap to Subway Subs. Big play here with 13:20 remaining in the second quarter. 4th down and a pencil. Godfrey and Marbut in the backfield. Brown may keep it. Well, all the Jets sidelines saying he can't do that, he can't do that. The officials let him do that. And now Coach LeBaire out on the field as the Stars take a timeout. So they were trying to draw Broome County off sides, obviously.
And I was kind of surprised with that call. I thought they'd just go ahead and try for the 4th down to pick up the 1st down, Foxy. And you wasted a timeout there.
Well, that'll be something you can put into your interview bank and ask Coach LeBaire about that.
Maybe I will.
Meet the Stars interview show. We've got a list of all the coaches, and we certainly want to say that. The head coach, Mike LeBaire. He was a player for the Stars from 91 to 94, and then he was head coach for the second half of the 95 season and all of 96. And then we have Albert Brinson and Dave Hackett and Jeff Van Wert, Rick Perry, Coach Kujamko, Earl Burnell's a coaching advisor, Mark Donnelly, trainer, Patrick Donnelly, assistant trainer, and also Jeff Hickey, one of the coaches this season. 4th and very short, and Brown on a keeper.
He didn't need to get much. He didn't need to get much. I think he got it.
He got it down to about the 25. Behind Eric Chartrand and the rest of the big boys on that offensive line.
The Lake City Stars are huddling right back up.
No time for the Jets defense to get settled in, and here's the 1st and 10 from, where are they? 29, I guess. Pitch to Marbut, he has room, and tripped up short of the 20. Goose will get that number, 30-something.
39?
36, she says.
got 5 yards on the play.
36, Rashad Porch. How you doing? Oh, no kidding. Well, small world. Well, I think it just went. We just had a quick guest in our press box. We won't say who. 2nd and 5 for the Stars.
Oh,
Godfrey on his feet.
Yes, he's still going, Foxy. He's still going.
Godfrey, unbelievable.
Sam Bam Godfrey, Foxy.
Peru Central, Marist College, Lake City Stars.
Give the ball to Godfrey. He'll run over people for you. I like that straight ahead running, Fox.
Well, Goose, when we heard this past winter that Sam Godfrey for real was going to put on the Lake City Stars uniform, you and I started to do cartwheels. We were so happy about that. And I met him for an interview show, and he made it official. He said it's definite. 1st and goal from, where are they? The 4-yard line.
Take it away!
Canada in motion. Brown pitches. Marbut. Good block there. Marbut sidesteps.
Oh, yes. He got a gainer on there, Foxy. He made a lunge right at the very end. It's got to be down to the 1-yard line.
At the 2-yard line.
2-yard line.
In on the tackle was Chris McMahon, and I believe Bob McKnight was the other tackler. 10:35, once again a long drive by the Lake City Stars. Their first scoring drive, 16 plays covering 71 yards and using up about 11 minutes on the clock. Tied at 7 in the 2nd quarter. Brown on the old bootleg in the end zone, standing up.
The Bomber, he dodged that one in.
Randy Bomber Brown into the end zone.
And good call there. I mean, they're running the football. Foxy, what's that, a bootlegger?
Bootleg, we used to call that, the old bootlegger.
Hey, and the Lake City Stars, Foxy, putting some points on the board tonight. The offense has to be happy.
And the fans are happy. Look at the smiling faces. These fans are happy. Craig Dubry to hold, and Ben Sabrin will put the toes to it. And that one wide left. 10:14 remaining in the 2nd quarter. And it's the Lake City Stars 13 and the Broome County Jets 7 on the Stars Television Network. The Stars, 2 possessions and 2 touchdowns. This drive, 11 plays, 52 yards. Bomber Brown into the end zone from 2 yards out, his first touchdown of the year. From the 40, this is Hano Hano. Hano on his feet.
Now here comes the Jets.
And he's a 295-pounder before lunch. Or was that 89? Oh, that was 89. Forget Hano. Ed Connors, even bigger, 6'5". 6'5", Ed Connors.
Foxy, I thought you brought your glasses in for a tune-up.
The misty air tonight is, I can't see. The air is kind of misty. I can't see as good. 13-7. Now remember, the Jets have 7 points. They've only had the ball 1 time. Possession 1. Wiggler to pass. Pressure on by Lozier. Wiggler passes complete.
And there's a flag. They're calling Jamie Lozier for a penalty.
And Wiggler with applause. He applauds himself about that one.
Boy, I wasn't watching, so I get happened right over on the sidelines, and there doesn't seem to be too much complaining from the Lake City Stars bench. So
yeah, it was right in front of the Stars bench.
You know, you get that close, it's hard to pull off, Foxy. I mean, Jamie was, just about ready,
And Coach Dave Hackett came about 10 yards out on the field and talked to Jamie as he headed back to the defensive huddle. 9:35, and they're stepping off a big 15-yard penalty against the Lake City Stars. So a team like Broome County, you can't you know, call it close or whatever, or controversial call, I don't care what you call it. It can't happen if you're going to succeed against a team like Broome County.
Yeah, but you can't tell your players not to slack back. Hey, aggressive play by Jamie and, you know.
Ragsdale, and aggressive play by the Stars defense. Tommy Gale.
And Lot's guy up, Beefy Way.
Also there, number 5 for the Stars. We know that that's Steve St. Clair.
Hey, Foxy, I'd like to thank Scott Tatro down at Zachary's Bogarts for their support of Lake City Star football and support for us at North Country Cable. He's been with us 9 years, supported us the whole time, and without him, well, thanks a lot, Scott.
Absolutely. Well said, Goose. From the 26, a 2nd and 9.
Uh-oh.
This is big Nick Patterson. Well, hey, they're all saying what a hit, but I'll tell you, meeting him face to face was Mike Lawyer. Mike Lawyer stood right there. Lawyer knocked him down. Lawyer's 5'11", 220. Patterson is 6'1", 265.
Well, Foxy, I'll tell you what, there's never been any doubt in my mind with the Lake City Stars, even when they hadn't had a victory, that they played with a lot of heart. And you're seeing it tonight, Foxy. They're out there hitting, putting their life and limb on the line.
3rd and 3. We'll mention some of those defensive players. Might have been offsides.
Yeah,
Give up the middle. Okay, let's look over. We said 7 was Lawyer and 31 Lozier. 8 is Hackett. 5 St. Clair. 77 is Jeff Beefy Way. 38 Eric Buck. 68, of course, is Dave Staley, who's having a whale of a season for the Stars. 67, Jerry Corky Defiant.
Corky?
Jerry Corky Defiant. Don't ask me why. 57, Tommy Gale. Laura's got the zoom lens cooking. 33, Neil Brown. 4 is John Weber. 1, Craig Dupree is the free safety. A 1st and 10 from the 15. And this is Ragsdale. Big hole right side, and Ragsdale moves it, so this looks like an offensive game tonight. The stat man is busy.
Oh, yeah, he's good at. You got a pencil sharpener in here, Foxy? Because he's going to need it. And here comes the Jets now.
Look at those first downs. The Stars already with 8 in the ball game, and Broome County with 4. And timeout on the field. 7:05 remaining in the first half. The score: the Stars 13 and the Jets 7 on the Lake City Stars television network. Looks like Neil Brown injured on that last play. Now the Jets are up to the line for a 2nd down from the 6. 2nd and short from the 6-yard line. They're on the move. Patterson again. He brings half the team with him.
Foxy, how do you tackle a big guy like that?
Low. You got to get him low. He'll carry a train on his back. You have to go low. I could knock him off his feet if I hit him low, Goose.
I don't think so.
Yes, I could.
No way.
I could.
He'd run over you.
No, he
You'd be like a pancake.
How could he run over me if I hit him at the legs?
He'll step on you, Foxy. Don't tell me that.
Hit him low.
Yeah,
That's what Coach Flynn used to say. Hit him low.
See him. You're in front of him.
1st and goal from the 1-foot line, and they're all stacked up there right on the line. Wiggler keeps it and tries to wiggle his way in, and he does. Wiggler's in. It's a tie ball game, and important point after will follow. Tied at 13 as Wiggler scores from a yard out. Well, let me tell you, I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Goose Gagnon. Laura Gagnon is our Ronnie's Michigan's videographer, and Eric Gagnon is our Mentos statistician tonight.
Number 9, number 80.
Costello adds the point, and with 5:52 remaining in the first half, it's now Broome County 14, Lake City 13 on the Stars television network. That Jets scoring drive, 5 plays once again, 42 yards, Wiggler scores. So whereas the Lake City Stars have used up the clock, 16 plays in a score in their first possession and 11 plays in a score in their second, the Jets have no respect for time, and they have 5 plays. Both times took them just 5 plays to move it 66 yards and then 42 yards. Both teams with 2 touchdowns. The kick, Canada at the 20.
Oh, yes,
Again, Costello there to slow Canada down.
I thought he had a little room on that end, but they closed it up real quick, the Jets. And
Kendall Thomas, the tackler, after Costello slowed the Jet down. So the Stars, 3rd possession. So which defense is going to rise to the occasion? That becomes the question now. Let's look over the Stars offense. It looks like the regular unit is there. Sabrin in at a wide receiver spot, and he comes our way. Kreitzberg left, tight end left side, Steve Livesey. Stars ball at the 20-yard line. Livesey in motion. This is a give to Godfrey. He protects the ball. 59 on one side and 54 on the other. So that would be 59 is Valenta once again, and Brad Pelton, number 54, were the Jets tacklers.
And good gainer on first down, Foxy, and the offensive line, again for 2 weeks in a row, are opening some good holes and making good play on that offensive line.
2nd and about 5, maybe 4. Brown with 3 completions on 7 attempts. Canada in motion, they pitch left side, it's Marbut towards the Stars bench, right in front of the bench. He gets the first down.
Their flag's out of bounds. They're going to tack on about 15 more, Foxy.
In fact, it knocked the bench right over, says our Ronnie's Michigan's videographer. Knocked the bench right over.
And Foxy, is that play working for the Lake City Stars, that pitch to the end, going over on that far side of the field? And they'll keep using it until the Jets stop it.
Well, we've got some fans of the game.
I want to know who they are.
Lindsay Lozier and Ashley Anderson. They work very hard before the ball game, selling tickets and greeting the people with a smile in that lonely ticket booth out front. Lindsay Lozier and Ashley Anderson are our fans of the game. Ball right at midfield. 4:15 remaining in the first half. Stars have 9 first downs, make it 10. 5 in the first quarter, 5 in the second quarter. From midfield, 1st and 10. Marbut right side puts the head down.
Good tackle there.
And again, Rick Valenta in on the tackle. He's been in on numerous tackles for the Jets, having a big game defensively. 2nd and about 8 for Lake City. It is raining. The umbrellas are up.
I'm not getting wet, Fox.
We are in our Dames Rental Center press box. Couldn't be happier, and the lights are on. So let's thank Mr. Charlie Filion, who constructed our home at Bailey Avenue. And also thanks to Mayor Clyde Rabideau, Councilor Shirley O'Connell, and all the other councilors for helping us get electricity to the press box this season. Godfrey rolled once. Whoa, there was an awful late hit on Canada. for no reason by Thomas Solano.
Oh, and Troy is going right over there, and he's saying something. He might be small, but you know, he's afraid of nobody.
And to me, that was a late hit, but none of the officials were looking. So, 3rd down and 6. A 3rd and 6. Larry DeLong has the sticks and the cookies tonight. He's got the downs marker in a pocket full of chocolate chip cookies. 2:45. It's 14-13 Broome County over Lake City. This will be the pitch. Oh, Brown keeps. Now he pitches to Marba. Marba to the 40 and near a first down. Where will it be spotted? Eric's pointing first down.
It might be. It's going to be close. Yes, it is a first down, Foxy. What are they on 3rd
And the
down?
Stars continue to move.
5 of 7 on 3rd down, Foxy. Excellent, excellent.
Timeout on the field. Gives us a moment to mention the officers of the Lake City Stars organization. Chief Executive Officer Sam Shalaba, President Steve Frenier, Secretary Kathy Lozier, Treasurer Terry Lozier, and Chief of Concessions, he's over there with his buddy Mike Facto, the Chief of Concessions, Jim Carr. And let me tell you, the food is over there and tastes mighty good. It's the 2-minute warning, so we can just say the coaching staff of the Broome County Jets. We mentioned David Johnson is the head coach. Kevin Guyette is defensive coordinator. Cal Rucker is the offensive coordinator, and other defensive coaches, Tim Smith and Pete Moshak. And if you're wondering, Broome County is from Binghamton, the Binghamton area, and Eric and I just 2 weeks ago were at the Binghamton Municipal Stadium, I think it's called.
What were you doing there, Foxy?
For baseball, for the Binghamton Mets. Is that what the team is? The Binghamton Mets. Double A, and we had a whale of a time. What a beautiful stadium. We were treated great. We interviewed players. We ate hot dogs. Let me tell you, we had a whale of a time. And we went out, and that was the stadium with the kind of like a charcoal pit in the left field, cooking the sausages and burgers, or sausages and hot dogs on the grill. What a place. We were there. 39-yard line, a 1st and 10. Stars, the reverse. Canada swings it left. He has room. If he can stay out in bounds, he picked up about 10.
Nice call there, Foxy, by the coaching staff of the Lake City Stars. I mean, you're running the football. Now a little twist that had me lost, and a good gainer.
Goose, and no turnovers thus far.
Oh, knock on wood, Foxy.
I'm not superstitious. I am not superstitious. 2nd and 1. Canada picks up 9. Ball rests at the 30. Move it a yard, another first down. Whistles blow. What's the problem? 1:52 on the clock. And the referee over to talk with Coach Johnson.
You know what I do here, Foxy? I try one down in the end zone again. Maybe the Kreisberg or Sabrin. You know, it's 2nd down, about a yard to go. Why not give it a shot?
It's raining, and what's the temperature, Eric?
I don't know, I put it away.
Whoa, you're our stat man. Come on. It's gone. This isn't right.
Oh, that's in here.
Oh, well, get it out here, and we'll tell you. Here we go. 2nd and short. Brown to pass. Quick over the middle. Tried to thread the needle between 2 defenders looking for Livesey. And again, Valenta there, along with Solano. And boy, Brown tried to thread the needle on that one and hit Livesey for the first down. Let me tell you, we've got a barn burner in the first half at Bailey Avenue. Empire Football League action. They came from miles away to watch this one. All the way from Rouse's Point. A whole gang came from Rouse's Point to watch the ball game. 3rd and short. And here's one of them. Canada comes our way. The give, pitch, fumble. Marba picks it up, puts the head down, gets the first down. Well, let's say the ball's bouncing the Stars' way in the first half.
And what I was impressed there was he didn't get nervous. Marbert didn't get nervous because it was on the ground. He just went down, picked it up, put his head down, and picked up the first down. I like that.
Like that.
Another third down conversion.
Another third down conversion, 6 for 8. They're going for a league record on third down conversions.
A minute 14 left, and I think Lake City might have 1 or 2 timeouts left.
They're 27 yards away.
Oh,
This is Godfrey. I'll tell you.
I was fooled.
Yes.
I was fooled.
And Laura was fooled. The ball handling in the backfield. Randy Brown, almost a magician tonight with his handoffs. It's very difficult to see who has the ball.
We'll have to call Randy Houdini.
Randy Houdini Brown. 45 seconds. Clock running. Another first down. They're 15 yards away. 15 from pay dirt. And the Stars take a timeout.
They wasted about 14 seconds right there, Foxy.
Again, timeout on the field gives us a chance to mention 2 more of our fans of the game. Larry DeLong. He delivered some cookies to our press box before game time, put a smile on our faces, gave us some energy. And Jeff Hickey.
Jeff Hickey.
He gave me a hat. He gave me a hat before the game. What a nice guy. And Jeff and I have similar haircuts, I'll say that. And so the sun went away. He didn't need a hat anymore so he wouldn't get sunburned. So he said, here, hold this for me. And I said, thanks. So Jeff Hickey is also a fan of the game, and he's on the sidelines coaching right now. With 38 seconds, the Stars are up to the line for a first down and 10. Ball at the Jets' 15-yard line. Important time. It's Broome County 14, Lake City Stars 13. Brown fakes to the middle, goes to the corner. Kreitzberg, leaping, Brian Kreitzberg out of bounds! They said he was out of bounds! Oh, was the zoom lens cooking? Oh my! That was as good as a touchdown in our book. Wow!
That's the play we've been waiting for, Foxy, and they just ran out of room.
Well, the official was right there.
That's
if
right.
Brian had smaller feet or something. Jeez, there's got to be an explanation for this one. Come on. Wear smaller shoes or something. Jeez.
Good try there. Good call, and
my goodness, tough break there for the Stars.
Game of inches, Fox.
Oh, it is. Brown put it right over there in the corner of the end zone, one of our favorite plays. Now it's Canada wide right, and again Kreitzberg left. Will they go knocking on the door again? Second down, 30 seconds. They go quick and overshoot at the goal line, overshoot Kreitzberg. Wow. And now it's raining harder. Ball becomes wet. Third down. That doesn't matter as much as 28 seconds, but the Stars have 2 chances.
And I'm not sure if they have any timeouts here, Foxy.
And if it stays here, Goose, it'd be a long field goal try. It would be, they're at the 15, so you go 7 plus 10 at least, huh? It'd be a 32-yard field goal try.
Kreitzberg again.
Brown, good protection, over the middle, knocked away. Boy, they're double teaming the tight end. Livesey has no chance.
No, and Bomber tried to force it in there, Foxy. It's lucky he didn't get picked off.
The defenders this time, Brian Huggins and Tom Solano. 24 seconds on the clock, and the Stars are down to their 4th down.
You know, Foxy, and that's why it's so important to save your timeout, Foxy. You know, the Lake City Stars moving the ball on the ground. If they had the timeouts, they could have used their running game. They were forced to go up to their passing game. Here we go.
3 receivers out on the flight line wide right. Sabrin, Kreitzberg, and Canada. Marba in the backfield. Brown lays it out. Oh, boy. Almost a pick.
It might be, it was holding, I think one of the linemen, Bomber, would have got sacked and they held. So if that would have been successful, it would have came back anyways. But back to, you got to save your timeouts and use them wisely, especially in a close game.
Broome County holds, the defense holds. That drive, how many plays, Eric? Huh? 13 plays, so they really hogged the ball, kept it out of the hands of the Jets. And with 19 seconds, the Jets will look upfield with 80 yards, 85 yards in front of them. Wiggler can pass, but watch out. There's Pattison, the heavy-duty runner in the backfield.
They'll just let the clock run out, Foxy.
Livesey in on the tackle, and Broome County decides to stop the clock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they take the timeout.
Down on the 30-yard line. Steve Claire, Joe Dupree, Stan Godfrey, Bill Bonneville, Henry Career, John Millsley, B.J. Godfrey, and Matt St. Clair. Please support the 30-yard
We've got a couple visitors getting in out of the rain. What's your name?
Megan.
And your name is?
Rose.
And they're here to enjoy the game. Now, you're not, where are you from?
Rouse's Point.
And where are you from?
I live at 616 Oak Hill Avenue.
But not in Rouse's Point, huh? You live far away. Like, do you live near Binghamton?
No. Yeah, kind of near Binghamton.
Yeah, you came on the road trip. She's a visitor, and I guess she became friends here. You guys are friends, new friends tonight. Isn't that nice? So they're going to keep out of the rain. Here we go. What could be the last play of the first half? And it's Ragsdale. Sam Ragsdale, speedy runner out of the backfield. And they asked for the timeout at 1 second. And then there goes the buzzer. They should get one play. They asked for it with time on the clock, Goose. I got to be fair. They asked for the timeout with time on the clock. The official ready to throw the ball up in the air. He does. It's halftime.
And Foxy, we're going to have a wet second half, believe me.
Yes, it's raining harder. Some of the fans, a lot of the fans under the umbrellas, and the others are toughing it out. It's halftime. The score, Broome County Jets 14, Lake City Stars 13 on the Stars Television Network. First half stats, Randy Brown passing 3 of 12. Chris Wiggler 1 of 1. 13 first downs for Lake City Stars, 6 for Broome County. The 13 first downs for the Stars, 10 by the run. Third down conversions, the Stars 6 of 9 of the Stars. Kick to the Jets. And it's a squibbler. Free ball. Stars have it. Stars have it. Tommy Gale at the 45. Tommy Gale.
And I'm not sure it was meant as an onside kick. It was just a bad kick, Foxy.
Right.
One of the front men, and the ball just laid there, and Lake City Stars got the football.
Right, because I called it just a squibbler. I didn't think it was an onside kick because it was kicked so hard.
Now, Foxy, it's raining here. You're going to see some turnovers in this second half.
How many turnovers in the first half?
No.
Not a one. See, I didn't jinx anybody. Now, Goose, you just jinxed everybody.
Oh, I said you're going to see it, Foxy, because that ball's going to be slippery. You're going to see some fumbles.
Well, how come when I said it in the first half, you said don't say anything? You were knocking on wood, knocking on doors. 1st and 10 from the Stars 45. Brown hands to Marbut.
Oh, he's got some room.
Into Jets territory. Good pickup on the first down. Underway in the second half. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Goose Gagnon. Laura Gagnon is our Ronnie's Michigan's videographer, and Eric Gagnon is on stats.
Foxy, the ground game of the Lake City Stars is clicking tonight.
Well, they've worked on that throughout the season, and then changes made. Slattery left, Marbut put into the backfield. Godfrey's become a workhorse. Here he is. Godfrey gets the first down. Still on his feet. Tough to bring down.
First down for the Stars.
And Jim Carr, the concessionaire, hey, the head of concessions, fought his way through the crowd and the raindrops and brought us some goodies. Thanks, Jim. Jim Carr takes care of the boys in our press box, huh?
I guess so.
And Laura too.
Boys and girls.
A first down, ball at the 42-yard line. Jets territory. Brown sends Livesey in motion our way. Marbut cuts it up, left side, Dan Marbut. Marbut near the 30.
Foxy, 12 of the 15 first downs by the run. By the run.
Andrew Camber came up with the tackle. And the ball is at the 31-yard line.
And this Marbut runs the football real good. He hits the hole quick, Foxy. He cuts off his block, and he's got good vision. He sees where the opening is.
Kreitzberg left and Sabrin to the right. This is Marbut right up the middle, spins and on his feet to the 20. Near a first down. And the Lake City Stars come out of the halftime locker room and move the football.
And opening holes on the offensive line. Our Hitchcock player of the game last week was the offensive line, and they might get some votes again, Foxy.
They like those award-winning pizzas. We're going to go broke buying pizzas if it's for the offensive line, I'll tell you that. Canada wide right, Kreitzberg left. Randy Bomber Brown is quarterbacked all the way. 3 minutes into the second half.
Godfrey
had second and short, and he gets the first down.
You know, and that makes it nice when you got a running back, Foxy, that's picking up big yardage, and then you got another running back. Hey, that it's just as good. They're just different types of runners.
Absolutely right, Goose. And the Stars have certainly had their share through the franchise history, their share of top-notch running backs. We could get the list going, Goose, in little nostalgia. First down and 10 from the 19.
On the carry, number 44, Dan Marbut.
But certainly Marbut and Godfrey going to etch their ways into franchise rushing records if they continue this type of play. So let's mention the offensive line. It's Panalakis and Skokos on the left side, Bushy and Way on the right side, Steve Livesey, tight end left side, and over the ball, Blue, Big Blue, Eric Chartrand. Second and 8.
Oh, nice hole.
Marbut, hole on the left side. Godfrey also doing blocking out of the backfield, we should say that. Mike LeBear, the head coach of the Lake City Stars, his second stint as the head coach.
Very important third down play right here, Foxy, to keep your drive going.
3rd and 5.
What about that pitch wide? That's been successful tonight.
Brown, quick pass, but he missed Kreitzberg as he cut. And that little quick look in hasn't worked tonight.
Fourth down, about 4 yards to go for
It's nice to pass the football, Foxy, but when your ground game's clicking and they're not shutting it down, I say stay with the run.
Well, now they have a 4th and about 5 situation from the 13-yard line.
Two or three on 4th down.
The stat man keeps feeding you, Goose. The give is to Godfrey. On the draw. Godfrey into the end zone.
Boy, what a nice move by Sam Bam Godfrey. I said he's a straight ahead runner. He showed he's got nice feet right there because he made a cut that got him in the end zone. Big touchdown there, Foxy. Big touchdown.
On the draw play, Brown hands to Godfrey in from 12 yards out, I think we'll call it. And with 9:44 in the third quarter, the Stars strike. They've scored on 3 of 4 possessions tonight.
And I think the only reason they didn't score on their other possession was that they were forced to go up in the air, Foxy. They didn't have the timeouts, and that's why they didn't score.
2-point try. Looking for the 2-point conversion. An important 2 here. Brown with the pass. Wide open is Kreitzberg. He didn't even have to leap.
And a big 2-point conversion there, Foxy. That pulls you even again.
Bomber Brown hits Brian Kreitzberg for the 2. And with 9:44 remaining in the third quarter, the score, the Lake City Stars 21 and the Broome County Jets 14. You're watching the Lake City Stars Television Network. Randy Brown with the kick, again mishandled by the Jets, but they cover the ball.
The only bad thing about that kind of kick, if you don't get it, Foxy, it gives them good field position, and the Lake City Stars defense hasn't been able to stop these guys either.
Absolutely right. Scoring drive in the third quarter by the Stars. 9 plays covering 55 yards. Sam Godfrey from 12 yards out for his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 5th on the season. Up to the line, 48-yard line, Jets territory. Chris Wigler at quarterback. Looks downfield, almost picked off, flag thrown through the hands of St. Clair, caught for a first down.
And they're looking at the Jets, the receiver. They're going to call offensive interference, Foxy, for pushing off.
Dykes with the reception, and right you are on the penalty.
And they did that right in front of the referee, Foxy. You can't do it right in front of the referee.
Now we have the benefit from some specific stats on offense for Broome County. In the first half, Ragsdale 4 carries for 60 yards. He can scamper. And Nick Patterson, the big running back, 5 carries for 22 yards. And that's thanks to Jerry, the stat man for the Broome County Jets, who's joined us to get out of the rain, and want to welcome him to our Dames Rental Center press box. A first down and 20 now for Broome County, so a little bit of a hole, but taking possession at the 38 still isn't bad for the Broome County offense. Wigler looks the Stars defense. Stars up 21-14. Wigler to pass. And the screen. Screen pass to Patterson, and it picked up about 8 yards.
Boy, I'll tell you, this Patterson's a big load, and when he gets ahead of steam, Foxy, I'll tell you what, it's hard to bring him down. Like you said, you got to hit him low. Hey, Foxy, at halftime, talked to head coach of Seton Catholic, Gary Ryan, and talked to him a little bit about his team for the upcoming season, and wish them the best of luck.
Oh yes, high school football season. CVAC action is right behind us, and we'll be at a number of games. Well, 2nd and 15, and Wigler once again to pass.
Oh, just missed him.
Hackett almost had him, and then incomplete into the Jets bench, looking for Sean Beers.
And some of the adjustments that the Lake City Stars are making, one of the things is they're bringing Jamie Lozier over as a corner now.
Good spot there, Goose.
Well,
Chartrand out of the defense.
It for me. I'll tell you, this kid feeds me information.
He's making you look good. Now, number 6, we don't have his number in the lineup either. Number 6 for Broome County is wide left. The 3rd down and 15. Looking over the middle, looks for 6 and overshoots him, and Gale with the hit. And who is 6? Do you know who that is? 6 into the ball game, and just couldn't get up high enough for the pass. Broome County will have to Harry
Jackson.
Harry Jackson was Wigler's target there. So with 4th and a long, Costello back to boot it away for Broome County. The Stars defense holds, 7:43 remaining in the 3rd. Canada back for the Stars. Nice kick, and Canada lets it bounce, and he might as well get away, and it's a dandy of a kick. Dandy of a kick. Oh boy, blocking heavy duty.
Right here, Foxy. We got a flag down. Let's see what it's going to be.
Couple flags, one at midfield and one downfield. Lake City 21, Broome County 14. Broome County into the ball game with a record of 3-2, and the Stars with 1 win and 4 losses. And the officials will sort out these penalties. So penalties, Stars get the ball on their own 5. What's that, Goose?
Bad part of the field here to make any mistakes. It's crucial we get out of this bad field position.
Marbut picks up a couple.
On the carry, number 44, Dan Marva.
We'll have our Hitchcock's Player of the Game interview immediately following tonight's game, so stick by us for that. Our panel of judges have their notebooks out, and we have a host of judges for tonight's ball game. 2nd and 7 for the Stars. Deep in their own territory, Livesey in motion. And incomplete pass. Brown looking for Livesey. We want to thank Jim Carr and Mike Facto over in the concessionaire booth for keeping an eye on us and keeping us with smiles on our faces.
7-yard line.
3rd down play coming up. Eric Chartrand, the man over the ball. He's the center of the offensive line. Panalakis and Skokos from Montreal on the left, and 2 boys from Peru, Way and Bushy on the right.
And the Lake City Stars are going to have to punt the football away.
They certainly played it conservative at this end of the field. Goose, I think that's what you were looking for.
Well, I was looking for 3 running plays. They threw a pass in there, and that kind of scared me. I held my breath. Now the key is to get a good snap and to get a good punt off.
Sabrin stands in the end zone to boot it away. Looks like good field position for Broome County.
Not a good snap. No.
And, well, they might get something out of this kick.
Yes.
Takes a good bounce. No chance for Porch to return it. And it's up to midfield.
Pretty good right there. Oh!
And a flag thrown. It looks like that might go pushing. And that's against the Jets. And Coach Johnson with a few words for that player. And
No, Fox.
what? No. The flag was thrown.
Okay, let's see.
Flag was thrown. They're spotting the ball at the...
Yeah, and it's against the Jets. I see them moving back. And, hey, that's good.
So Sabrin's kick, first of all, in a tough situation, pressure on, you're in your own end zone. Sabrin's kick didn't look like a good one at first.
No, it didn't look like a good one, but it was over to this side of the field, so he wasn't kicking it straight down the field, which was a good move. He got the roll, he got a penalty. They're out of that bad field position.
Okay, well, the Jets up to the line. The chain gang still getting set. Fenton Thompson, Tom Renadette, Shane Muller, and Larry DeLong. From the 43, fumble in the backfield, loose ball, Wigler got on it.
He fumbled it twice, Foxy.
Wigler got on it. Staley was almost there. 5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Loss on the play, 2nd and 12 for the Broome County Jets. They need 7 to tie. Plenty of time in this one. Patterson and Ragsdale. This is Ragsdale off the right side, midfield.
Nice tackle by Dupree right there.
Close to a first down. We'll see where that one's spotted. That'll be close. I think it is a first down. It is. So Ragsdale picking up big yardage. When he carries, he's getting 10 yards at a clip. So the Jets will continue their drive. That is their 7th first down of the ball game. And they're at the Stars' 46-yard line. Chris Wiggler, the quarterback. Hands to Patterson, puts the head down. But see that open field tackle? Was that Dupree again? I told you, hit him low. You have to hit the guy low, Goose. That knocks him off his feet.
I don't know if I'd have the courage to that guy running with a full head of steam to go down low and tackle this guy.
Oh, you would, Goose. I would. 34-yard line. 34-yard line. The Jets on the move. Again, Ragsdale. Again, a gainer. They can't stop him. Dupree again over there, and a flag thrown at the 20. 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. The Broome County Jets are on the move. Oh, it was a white flag, no flag. What do you mean a white flag?
Like maybe a bean bag to show where he went out of bounds.
They carry bean bags too?
Oh yes, Foxy. They got all kinds of equipment.
From the 21-yard line, another first down for the Jets. Wiggler hands to Patterson, left side. St. Clair with the ball! St. Clair has it! He stepped on one! Oh, he stepped out of bounds! Stevie Wonder! St. Clair!
Oh, yes! Oh,
Steve!
I don't know if it was a fumble. You got some 3 players down for the Broome County Jets.
Goodness.
St. Clair picked it up, and if he wouldn't have stepped out of bounds, I think he stepped right on the line over here, he would have been off to the races. Wiggler had to force him out of bounds.
And Patterson unhappy about the fumble. I'm sure he's a sure-handed ball carrier, but he kicked the downs marker right into the bleachers. He kicked the 20-yard downs marker into the bleachers.
Well,
so he's not happy. Another player still down, but Steve St. Clair celebrates for the Lake City Stars. I don't know how he came up with the ball. Did he just pick the pocket, or was it on the ground?
I didn't see that.
Well, what are you looking at? He took it out of his hands. There, we got spotters in the bleachers. We're going to make Aaron Sabrin our fan of the game in the second half is Aaron Sabrin. She's headed to Nazareth College. That's in Rochester, you know.
I didn't know that.
It is. Now, first down for the Stars. First turnover. Goose, you predicted the turnovers. 43-yard line, Stars territory. This is Marba.
Oh, I thought the hand went up in the face mask area.
I'll bring up a second down at about 8 yards.
Second down. And 8. Ball at the Stars' 45-yard line. The officiating crew, not familiar names. They're from the Glens Falls area, is what we were told. Except Tim Palhemus is the official timer in the press box. 1:20 remaining in this third quarter, the second down play for the Stars. Pass, Brown looks downfield, drops it short for Canada. around the 45 and incomplete. Now a third down situation, 3rd and 8. The defenses have stiffened in this second half.
Come on, you guys, make the hit!
Plus, ball's a little slipperier. And Goose, I know you want to stick with the run because the run's been working.
That's right, Foxy. And
I've been working with you 9 years, and I can sort of read your mind.
yeah, I would. The way I feel is run the football. You got the lead. Work on the clock. Pass when you have to pass.
Such as right now, 3rd and 8. They give it to Godfrey. Godfrey cuts left, and he is to midfield, and a flag thrown.
This might be against the Lake City Stars for holding.
And indeed it is. Preliminary call. Just a minute 4 as the Stars offense continues to use up the time.
Now, Foxy, as far as the passing game's going, Randy Brown is 0 for 9 his last 9 passes. The passing game just isn't clicking. One of the reasons is the weather conditions. That's why I'd keep it on the ground, run the football, work on the clock, you got the lead, and pass only when you have to pass, which will be this down.
3rd and 13. Ball pushed back to the Stars' 40-yard line. Alan Shepard with defensive duties on Troy, the Jet Canada. He's wide right. Kreitzberg is a wide left, or is that Sabrin on the other
They're
side?
going to come after Brown here.
Brown still on his feet, and now he has to run, and he's to midfield short of the first down. So it's going to be 4th and about 3.
Yeah, but you got it upfield a little bit more, Foxy. Maybe you can pin them back in with a good punt.
About 12 yards in place. Bring up a 4th down and
Now, is Mike Robert a gambler?
Yes.
You might even call for a fake here if it opens up. I mean, you'd be taking a big gamble here, Fox.
Well, they have time to think about it. It's the end of the 3rd quarter. After 3, the score, the Lake City Stars 21, the Broome County Jets 14 on the Stars Television Network. 4th and short from the Jets' 49-yard line, and Sabrin back to boot it. Almost blocked, and good kick for the corner.
Nice boot.
Inside the 20, and the Stars there to cover it. 9 first downs in the ball game for Broome County. They're up to the line from their own 20-yard line. Patterson digs 6 or 7. Lozier in on the tackle on top, and on the bottom was Tommy Gale. Gale having a good defensive game. Oh no, Nick Skokos is down for the Stars. And the Donnelly boys out onto the field. Patrick there first, and right behind his dad, Mark Donnelly. The assistant trainer gets the first call. Coach Brinson also out onto the field. Dr. Mo Racine has been here for a number of the Lake City Stars games. In fact, he was on the field when Vince Caveman Kujamko went down last week. But you hate to see it, it's the Montreal boys getting jinxed. And this is Nick Skokos. Joined the team just prior to the season, and Skokos 6'4", 290-pounder out of Montreal.
Now, he has Canadian Football League experience, Fox,
yes,
is that correct?
That's correct. And there is Dr. Racine coming out onto the field. We hope you'll watch for a nice interview show that we did, Fox on the Run, talking with Patrick Donnelly, the assistant trainer of the Stars, and then Mark Donnelly, the head trainer. Skokos up, happy to see that.
He'll be back, I bet.
He's a tough guy. No question about it. And the Jets are up to the line. Big number 74 offensive line is Dan Rounds, 6'3", 315. 2nd and 4. From the 26. And Ragsdale again. The Stars have had a nightmare dealing with him. To the 45. Ragsdale with big yardage. He has to be closing in on 100. He had 60 at halftime. Goose, have we thanked everybody that we have to thank?
I would like to thank Dee and her staff down at the Corner Mart for their support of Lake City Star football, Foxy, and you know, they've been with us the whole time, and without their support, you know, we wouldn't be able to bring you things like this.
Well,
thanks a lot, Dee.
Well said. Patterson into Stars territory.
You can't tackle him high, or he's going to carry you for about 4 or 5 yards. But sometimes the angle that you have, you only could get him high and hope for some of your buddies to come over, and that's what Lake City Stars did that time.
We're into the 4th quarter. Did you say 106? 106, thanks to Jerry, who's the Binghamton stat man. Boy, we have the benefit of 2 stat mans in one game. Let me tell you, we're expanding, Goose. We are. Oh my goodness. 4th quarter. Can the Stars hang on for an upset? Stars 21, Jets 14, 12:43. I'm a clock watcher, Goose.
I don't blame you. And, you know, as far as the Lake City Stars, they got to be happy. You're in the 4th quarter. You know, you got the lead. You got to be happy so far at the way the game has gone. This is how you wanted it.
In the opener in Binghamton, Broome County attacked early and the Stars didn't. Again, Ragsdale. Oh! Defiant cornered him and Hackett lands him and a flag thrown.
They're calling a holding? Oh, they're calling a
face mask or what? Really? Well, I wondered why the applause.
That is a tough break for the Lake City Stars. You know, those penalties will kill you, Foxy.
Well, the Stars have played a good game penalty-wise, though, I think. Way and Brown out. Now there's Jerry Crazy Legs Defiant, number 67 at the tight end spot, our side. Steve St. Clair next to him. Eric Butt on coverage. Patterson, the ball carrier, landed by Gale.
And you see Broome County playing with a lot of urgency now, Foxy. You know, they're getting off on the ball, the offensive line, and this Patterson is hitting the hole like a mad truck.
Chuck Gregory, offensive line, 6'4", 310. Eric Price, offensive line, 6'4", 300. 2nd and 2. Ball at the 34-yard line, Stars territory. Chris Wigler with his team on the move, all on the ground. Patterson first down.
And you're going to see that's what the Jets are going to do. Is they're just going to run the football straight ahead, Patterson, and then every now and then
Ragsdale,
and because that's how they're moving the ball. And
Patterson better yardage in the second half, I would guess. Maybe Jerry, if he gets a break, could tell us that. But seems like Patterson better yards. He had 22 yards in the first half on 5 carries. Ticket number 139. First down from the 25. Right up the gut. And a good 5 there for Patterson once again.
Way to go! Keep moving the ball!
Patterson came into the ball game second in rushing.
Second down and about 6 yards to go.
They're getting tired! Keep moving the ball!
Third in rushing in the Empire Football League, 421 yards, and he had scored 7 touchdowns, and he got his 8th tonight.
Timeout, Lake City Stars. I think a good timeout here, Foxy, simply because you're trying to break the momentum of the Broome County Jets, because they're just, you know, shoving the football, you know, and just moving it downfield.
10:24 remaining in the fourth quarter. The score, Lake City Stars 21, Broome County Jets 14 on the Stars Television Network.
52 yards.
Patterson with 55 yards in the second half. Or 52 yards. And on the second down play, good for a couple. Closing in on the first down. It'll be third, and let's see where they spot it, right at the 20.
About 2 yards on play. I bring up a third down.
At the 19 for a third and 3 goes.
To Patterson. To Patterson.
Once again,
Guaranteed.
please. The winner of the
So he has 75, 80 yards in the ball game, and so he's looking for a 100-yard night. What's the problem? The whistles blow, wrong football, wet football. Getting a dry football on the field from the Stars' 19-yard line. The Jets down by 7. 9:44 remaining in the fourth. Wiggler hands off Patterson left side. Nice tackle. Who made the dive? That was Lozier with the tackle. Lozier has been among the tackling leaders game after game for the Stars and among the leaders in the Empire Football League.
Well, here we go, Foxy. Fourth down is about a yard right here.
In fact, Lozier came into the ball game with 68 overall tackles for the lead in the Empire Football League, and he's got a handful tonight.
Any secrets who they're going to give the ball to here, Foxy?
No. On the fourth and less than a yard, and watch for number 31. Wiggler, 16, at quarterback, has QB'd all the way. Patterson. I tell you, the Stars stacked it pretty well.
They did. They did.
But
for the Jets, number 31.
The defense has got to be tired, Foxy. They've been out there a long time. And, you know, that offensive line is a big offensive line for Broome County. No question about it. Plus the running back.
Eric Chartrand, middle of the defensive line, playing both ways tonight. Slow to get up on that one. Laura Gagnon is our Ronnie's Michigan's videographer. Thanks to all the staff at Ronnie's, especially Ken Musso and Musso Development for their support of North Country Cable Network.
This is the 10th play of this drive, Foxy.
Okay. 8:14 remaining in the fourth. Wiggler on the keeper, looks the corner of the end zone, and Lozier up to knock it away.
Boy, that would have been nice if it was intercepted there.
Looking for Beers, Mike Beers, 5'11", 175, and Lozier was right with him.
Good coverage there.
Yes, Lozier at 5'8", 170, so similar sizes. 8:07. Broome County needs the score. They're this close. They need the points, and they are down by 7 with 8:07 remaining in the fourth. It's been a whale of a ball game, both sides. 2nd and 10. Ball at the 15-yard line. Patterson up the middle.
Looks like Tommy Gale with the tackle.
Gale's been in on a lot of tackles. Dupree there. Patterson is a workhorse, no question about it. And we've said his size before, we'll repeat it, 6'1", 265 pounds. One of the biggest men out of the backfield in the Empire Football League. Clock running, 7.5 minutes remaining. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Goose Gagnon, North Country Cable Network, bringing you Empire Football League action from Bailey Avenue in Plattsburgh. Patterson left side. Picks his spots, tripped up by Dupree. Had to get to the 5 for the first down. Needs to get to the 5, and they're once again knocking on the door. 4th and 1. 4th and 2. So again, a big call for the offense, a big job for the offensive line. And cheers from the Stars sidelines, and now from the Jets sidelines.
Important both ways, Foxy.
This could be the key play of the ball game. 6:40 remaining, 4th down and 2, ball at the 7. They need to cross the 5 for the first down. It's Ragsdale.
Oh, he's in.
He gets to the 5 and end zone. Ragsdale, looks like from the 6-yard line. Sam Ragsdale makes it a 21-20 ball game.
Big extra point here now, Foxy.
Costello has been accurate. Now, would you go for the 2?
No.
You wouldn't put the game on the line and go for the 2. No question about it. They'll kick the point after. Costello's there. And it looks like number 80, Sean Beers, to hold. The important man, Costello, and the long snapper. Not sure who it is. Costello for the tie. Almost blocked, I'll tell you. St. Clair and Lozier were both there, but we've got ourselves a barn burner.
I guess so, Foxy. I'll tell you, with 6 minutes and 26 seconds left, 21 off, you couldn't ask for a better game.
You're watching the Stars Television Network. And now Costello with the kickoff. The Jets scoring drive, 13 plays, 80 yards, and Ragsdale brings it in from 6 out for the tie.
Oh.
Canada at the 20.
All right.
They're stacking it up against the Jet, and he's down around the 35-yard line. A pile up.
Okay, Foxy, big series for the Lake City Stars because their last 2 possessions, 3 plays and punting the football. Now, you got some guys going both ways there, Foxy, and maybe fatigue is starting to set in. They got 6:14. They do have to get some first downs. If they don't come down and score, they got to take some time off the clock, as much time off the clock as possible.
Stars 35-yard line. A 1st and 10, 6 minutes remaining in this one, tied at 21, a barn burner. Randy Brown with Kreitzberg wide left, Canada to the right. Looking downfield and long for Kreitzberg, just couldn't catch up to it. 2 steps away, it'll be 2nd and 10.
If Kreitzberg beat his man, the pass wasn't there, let's face it, Foxy. Bomber isn't on his passing game tonight.
If you have internet access and you want information about the Empire Football League, here's the address: members.aol.com/empirefoot/EFL.htm. 2nd and 10.
It was a good gamble, it was there, but when they don't complete it, it stopped the clock, Foxy, and you got 2nd down and long yardage now.
Pitch to Marba. Jets defense there. They stack them up. Short gain. It'll be 3rd and about 7. Huggins in on the tackle. Number 50 was over there, Everett. 3rd and 7. Tough situation here. Canada in, Sabrin out. We notice Skokos back on the offensive line for the Stars. Skokos and Panalaka's left side. Chartrand in the middle. And it's been Bushy and Way all the way on the right side. Steve Livesey's been the tight end. Again, Kreitzberg left and Canada right. 5 minutes remaining. 3rd down play. The screen pass to Godfrey, but smelled out nicely by number 95, and that's Chris McMahon. So the Stars offense sputters late in the game.
And, you know, adjustments made by Broome County Jets. Another thing, Foxy, is that last series, I think the Lake City Stars got away from their running game. They tried to get everything on that first down, and hey, when you pass the football, a lot of bad things can happen, Foxy, and it put them in the hole there, and they were forced to pass on third down, so they passed 2 out of the 3 downs.
4th and 14, 4:43, and
we got a man down on the far side of the field, Foxy.
Can you tell who that is? The zoom lens was cooking over there? No, can't tell who that is. There is timeout on the field. 4:43 remaining in this 4th quarter. And it's injured player Jeff Way now up on his feet. It's the Stars 21 and the Broome County Jets 21. 4th down, and Sabrin back to kick, stands at his own 15-yard line. He's the punter. Low snap, digs it out of the dirt, and gets off a beauty. A beauty, taken on the 36. Couch. Porch. Porch. What a return, he's gone. Porch from his own 36. A 64-yard touchdown return on a punt, and the Broome County Jets have risen to the occasion and shocked the Lake City Stars.
Foxy, I just got to call it the way that I see it, Foxy, and I don't understand the reasoning behind kicking right to the guy. You've had trouble all years with special teams, and tonight you've been kicking towards the sidelines the whole time. And why go right down the field that time?
Bruce, it was a beautiful punt. It was deep. That was from his own 15 all the way to the 36-yard line. It was a beauty. It was a beauty of a punt. Yes.
I just don't agree with it, but that's my comments up here. Is no way would I kick to the guy right down the middle of the field. I would kick it towards the sidelines so a run back can't be made.
Now, can we tell who the injured player is? Steve Panalakis, number 70. Second year with the Lake City Stars and the Broome County Jets. A long road trip from Binghamton to Plattsburgh, and they'll go home with big smiles unless the Stars can strike back in the final 4:16. Timeout on the field. It's the Broome County Jets 27 and the Lake City Stars 21. And now the important point after, Sean Beers to hold, and of course William Costello. He's been perfect tonight. Digs that one out of the dirt and nails it. And it's now 28-21, Broome County over the Lake City Stars. So Stars take to the field, and they'll have what presumably would be a final possession. Number 66 is Brent Haley. Number 9, Tom Livesey. Number 7, Mike Lawyer, the front line. Number 2, Mark Colangelo. Number 4, John Weber, the front line. 68, Staley. 56 is Chuck Allen, the second line. Third line, Beefy Way, Sam Godfrey, and Neil Brown. And the deep man is Troy, the Jet Canada.
Well, we need a good run back. Plenty of time, Foxy. 4:16. You've got 2 timeouts left. A good run back would help out here. And
Jet on his feet, 25 now. He backtracks and lost yardage. He was at the 30. He got as far as the 30, tried to backtrack.
Trying to make something happen, Foxy, that's all. But, you know, sometimes you're better just to take what you can get.
We'll have our Hitchcock's Player of the Game interview following this one. 4:01 remaining in the 4th, and Broome County striking late in the ball game. A 56-yard, is that what it was, Eric? What was it, a 65? 64. Yeah, from the 36. So a 64-yard punt return touchdown. By Rashad Porch. Is that right? From their own 25, 75 yards in front of them. Brown to pass, goes long distance, complete to Sabrin at the 40.
Clock's still running, but
beauty.
I'll tell you what, Bomber put it on the money there, and like I said, Foxy, there's plenty of time left.
He hit Sabrin right in stride and right along the sidelines, and 35-yard play there. Let's see.
I think the Sabrin's a fourth quarter receiver, Foxy. Remember last week he came up with a bomb, and he came up with a clutch catch right there.
From the Jets 40, Marbut digs.
Oh, flag. Might be a face mask.
Dan Marbut gained 3 yards on a play. Flag on a play.
North Country Cable Network bringing you
5 or 15?
Lake City Stars football.
5, okay.
Penalties on the Jets, 5 yards.
First downs in the game, 17 for the Lake City Stars and 13 for Broome County Jets. First and short. Because of the penalty, it's first and about a yard. 2.5 minutes remaining. And Godfrey still on his feet. Sam Godfrey inside the 10. Sam Bam Godfrey. 2:15 and the Stars have come back.
Foxy won a game here. Win, lose, or draw, you got to admire the Lake City Stars. They've been up the whole time of the game. It would have been easy for them to roll over after that long punt. But, hey, they came right back with the and marching right down the field. They're in striking distance to tie this up, Foxy.
It'll be first and goal from the 8-yard line. 2-minute warning in effect right now. We'll have the stats and we'll have our Hitchcock's Player of the Game interview following this one. At the 2-minute warning, the score, the Broome County Jets 28 and the Lake City Stars 21. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Goose Gagnon, Eric Gagnon on stats. Laura Gagnon is our Ronnie's Michigan's videographer. And we're all been also assisted in this second half by Jerry, the stat man for the Broome County Jets. Rained hard around halftime and into the early part of the second half, but looks like the rain has stopped. Temperature dipped down into the 60 degrees exactly. It was 65 at game time. We've got our AccuStat thermometer right by our side.
You got your seatbelt on, Foxy?
First and goal from the 8. A barn burner. The pitch to Marbut, right side, vaulted over one would-be tackler, inside the 5, clock running, 1:50.
And I think they have one timeout left, Foxy. And where is it, down to about the 2?
Second goal from the 3, I'd call it, Goose. Second and goal from the 3.
Oh, give me the 2.
Second and goal. There's the offensive line. Chartrand over the ball. Bushy and Way on the right. Panelakis and Skokos left. Godfrey and Marbut in the backfield. Offensive unit, Randy Brown at quarterback. What a job this offensive unit has done. Steve Livesey, tight end, in motion. Second and goal. Fumble, fumble, fumble. Jets ball! The worst thing in the world that could happen just happened. With 1:04 and the Stars 3 yards from pay dirt. With an attempt to tie the ball game, the Stars fumble.
What a heartbreaker, Foxy. What a heartbreaker.
Absolutely. Oh, knocks the wind right out of you. And
a penalty against Broome County, but they're going to get the football with 1:04 left. And what a heartbreaker for the Lake City Stars, knocking on the door, you know, close to tying it up, and you fumble the football, and you know it's costly. And it seems that you know, this year, every time the Lake City Stars have made a turnover, has cost them dearly.
Is that the only turnover of the Stars all game? Their only turnover all ball game, and it came at the worst possible time. What can you say? 1:01 remaining in the fourth, and the score, Broome County 28, Lake City Stars 21. Broome County up to the line. Handoff up the middle. The third down play, and still on his feet is Patterson, tireless running back, and out of bounds at 48 seconds. 48 seconds remaining in this one. This will certainly go down as one of the, well, the most heartbreaking defeat of this season, but as far as I'm concerned, and we've seen a lot of games at Bailey Avenue, one of the most heartbreaking defeats in franchise history.
Now, sometimes a defeat like this can be good to a team, and sometimes it can be bad. It's the way you look at it, Foxy. The Lake City Stars will look at it and say, hey, we are a good enough team. We're a young team. We're making mistakes that are costing us the game, but we can play with these big teams, and take it as a positive. Go into your next game. You gotta kind of like forget it. Don't take it as a negative. You know, hey, things like that happen when you're a young team, Foxy. You're gonna make mistakes that cost you. It seems like that just goes that way. And if they stick together, this team's gonna be good, Foxy. And the offense is clicking. They're putting points on the board. They put 21 points up on the board against a real good football team.
Yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Scranton scored 10 against them. Capital Land scored 6. So I feel real bad as well. And the buzzer sounds. Final score, Broome County 28 and the Lake City Stars 21. We'll get set for our Hitchcock's Player of the Game interview, but we're going to have some closing statistics before we go down on the field for our Player of the Game interview. Certainly, as we were saying, a heartbreaking defeat, but you have to look at it that the Stars coming into the game had to be considered about a 10-point underdog, just because even if you base it on the first meeting between these two teams, when Binghamton won by 26 points in their first meeting. So final stats according to the stat man: Bomber Brown 5 of 18 in the passing department, Chris Wigler 2 of 5. First downs, the Stars 18 and Broome County 14. 14 of the 18 first downs for Lake City by the rush on the ground. The third down conversion story in the first half, Lake City Stars 6 of 9 on third down conversion and 3 of 4. Was that all in the first half? And that's in the game, 3 of 4 on fourth down conversions. But in the second half on third down conversions, the Stars 0 for 3. Stars turned it over one time, but it was the costly fumble with 1:04 remaining in the fourth quarter. And Broome County turned the ball over one time when Steve St. Clair came up with a fumble recovery and a nice return. 7 penalties in the ball game against Lake City, Broome County 5. Unofficial stats: Lake City 62 plays, 321 yards. Broome County 37 plays, 267 yards. And Jerry can tell us that one. Just why don't you tell us, because you can decipher it. This is Jerry from the Binghamton.
Wiggler 3 for 6 passing for 23 yards. You had Nick Patterson running 19 carries, 104 yards, 1 touchdown. You had Sam Ragsdale 10 carries for 116 yards and 1 touchdown. Your quarterback Wiggler 4 carries for -4 yards and 1 touchdown. Receiving Dykes 2 catches for 20 yards. And Nick Patterson 1 catch for 4 yards, and the key a 64-yard punt return by Rashard Porch.
Okay, thanks very much, and good luck to your team the rest of the season. We're headed now down onto the field for our Hitchcock's Player of the Game interview. Exciting but heartbreaking ball game for the Lake City Stars tonight. We've got our Hitchcock Player of the Game, and it seems like it's so hard game after game to pick just one guy, and that's what's happening. We've got Dan Marva, Sam Godfrey, and Ben Sabrin here tonight. Coincidentally, 3 guys from Peru, and Goose gets them for the interview.
All right. Well, first of all, guys, come on in a little bit closer so we all can get on here. Game like this, sometimes you can look at it in a positive way. Is that how the Lake City Stars will look at it, Danny?
Yeah, probably. I mean, played good both ways. You give up a touchdown, and it's tough to play when it's like this.
Boy, it seemed like no matter who they gave the football to tonight, Sam, if it was Danny, he took a full advantage of it. If it was you, you took full advantage of it. You were getting yardage both ways. Why so much success?
Well, you know, first of all, we got a great tailback, Danny Marba, and also the line did real well today. Made some big holes, and all we had to do was keep our legs going and keep trucking, and that's what we did.
Now, last week we picked as the Hitchcock Player of the Game the offensive line.
Yeah.
The offensive line was opening some holes there.
Oh yeah. Throwing the ball a lot and coming back and running inside, outside opens a lot of things up. So we kept doing all game.
Now, Dan, you didn't start the season in the tailback position, and they move you to the tailback position. Do you miss the defensive side, or you rather be on the offense?
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, Lions is playing close games like this. It don't matter. If I'm playing running back, if I'm hitting people. So either way.
You don't care, do you?
No.
Now, Sam, okay, I got to put you on the spot here. You started the season tailback position. Danny comes over to the tailback position, and they put you in the fullback slot. Was that a problem?
No, I played fullback throughout college. You know, I realized I wasn't in the shape that I needed to be in to play tailback, and you know, I just went out there, accepted full responsibility in fullback, and I'll do whatever I can to get Danny the yards, get him to run, you know, sell out, basically.
Well, the last 2 games, the way that I could see that it is that you guys are getting equal time, so Coach LeBear is keeping you both happy.
Yeah.
We're just happy that, you know, we're starting to get along. Everything's more positive. Our offense is starting to click. We're getting better execution, you know. Our timing's down. And we got confidence in our passing game.
Okay, speaking of the passing game, Ben, come on over here. I talked to you a couple weeks ago down at Meet the Stars, and I said, geez, do you go back when you're beating a man and let Bomber Brown know? You said no, and I told you to let him know. Last week you caught a bomb for a touchdown. Tonight you caught a very important pass on that last series, and is this something that you told Randy that would be open?
Yeah, I told him, Coach LeBear told him. He just threw a good pass.
Oh, you didn't break a stride.
No, perfect.
The defender was right there, so he made the tackle, but it put us in a good position to win the football game.
Yep.
Another question, because I don't know what happened down here on the last series. I know you don't like to talk about something like this. Can somebody fill me in what happened?
I think I was too hyped up. You know, we were down there. Wasn't really paying attention. I wasn't mentally there. So I heard the wrong play. and I was supposed to get the ball, and that's what happened.
One of the things, you're a young team, and you know, things like that. It seems every time the Lake City Stars make a mistake, they pay dearly for it. Does that kind of get you down?
A little bit, because you know, the more you lose, a little bit older you're getting. Can't run as fast and all that stuff. Don't get any easier.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't mind handing it off to you, used to back in the ends, in the backfield, because you guys you run with a lot of heart, and I wouldn't mind passing to this guy because he can really stretch him out.
Hey, they made a statement to the Empire Football League tonight. This team stood on this field and they made a statement to the Empire Football League. And if we can keep these guys together and keep them coming back, keeping their heads up and playing, I'll tell you, this is a team to contend with, and the Empire Football League knows it. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Goose. Thanks to Laura Gagnon for her work on camera. Thanks to Goose Gagnon. He's the stat man. And Goose, you have a presentation.
One more thing there. Hitchcock Player of the Game, Pizza Zachary's. You guys can get together and gobble that up, I bet.
They know each other.
We can give this to the offensive line.
Oh, your offensive line got 2 last week. You guys go and treat yourselves. You deserved it.
This is Foxy Gagnon on behalf of everybody at North Country Cable Network saying keep watching, keep supporting Lake City Stars, and good night.